Hey guys, with 0.2 coming out soon and all of us having to go through campaign again, I thought that I could make a video about the campaign in Path of Exile 2, share a lot of insights and informations that I got throughout racing in this game, and this is what this video is going to be on about. So this is not a specific build guide for anything, it's a general campaign guide. There's a lot of things I think anyone can learn that is not already like actively racing in this game, so this is what this video is gonna be on about, okay? General, before we start, I'm going to go through all the zones with you guys and give general layout informations. This is not going to be some theoretical giga layout video where I'm going through all the different, it's just a general guideline, basically. And before we want to go into the layouts and what zone contains what kind of rewards, general information first is so important. You want to know what kind of gems do I take in which zone that are guaranteed, and you don't want to like build your character and stay 10 minutes in town all the time, every time you get a support gem or a skill gem and think about what am I doing. So having a plan is the time saver, number one. Second of all, every level it is worth to check vendors. And third of all, this is a very important information. You are maybe a Path of Exile 1 player and you know XP curves. A lot of Path of Exile 1 players know that it's like very good to be level 24 before you reach the docks zone, for example, in Act 3 in Path of Exile 1. In PoE2, this kind of XP is likely the same-ish, so you kind of want to be below the zone, but not much more than 3 to 4 and maybe later 5 levels. One important thing in Path of Exile 2, and that's a very big difference to Path of Exile 1, is you never ever want to be more than one level above the zone because there's XP penalties there. So XP managing in PoE2 means basically you don't want to like over level more than one level. If you're in a level 10 zone and you are level 11, you don't want to kill mobs anymore for XP, okay? You can do everything fine until level 11, but after that it's not really worth it. And C1, because it's really important to have a plan and to know which gems you pick up. So there's something called Regex. Regex is just a code-ish style thingy. You just put it into your vendor windows. If you have this, you will see all the movement speed items, aka boots. You will see any item that has a specific prefix that is added damage to attacks. So for example, gloves will show up, rings would show up that have flat damage added. And uali is for quality. I use that because I want to have blacksmith's whetstones in an attack build, right? You maybe don't need to use it. Sock is for sockets, so items to guarantee myself an artificer's orb at some point. And li is for maximum life. You can do whatever you want. You can think about what is useful for you. This is one that I used. I'm going to put that into the description as well, and you can just copy paste it. Other people use others. This is pretty generic for any attack build and probably fine for any attack build, and it gives you like a lot of scraps and whetstones, which is a currency that is kind of rare early on. You can also just put in rare to show every rare item. Theoretically thinkable. So let's get right into it. First zone you will have is the riverbank. I'm going to use my VOD with 2 times speed from the second race that happened. And the riverbank is pretty easy because you get the normal stuff, right? You get the gem, but you just hug this river. Yeah, you see this river and you just go northern and hug this river. This is all you need to know about this zone. And if you like anywhere like lose the river, it's not really the way to go. Yeah, then you just kill Hillock, right? That's basically it. And then you're gonna reach the Clearfield encampment. In here, Renly will give you a level 1 skill gem, and for many people use that for Frostbomb. And there is like some, I would say, advanced tech where you are getting into the zone, into the first town, and you check the vendor, Renly here. Let me actually capture this moment. So you talk to him, you grab the level 1 skill gem, and then you will have this window here, buy or sell items. Either you press it here or he's gonna walk all the way over there. So this is like the only chance to check the vendor. Some people buy, like they sell all the magic items that they get to him, and then they buy like a white 2-handed mace or something like that. But you can also look for movement speed boots here, and if he has some, you will not be able to buy them. Then, however, you can farm gold to buy them in a little bit. For example, you can do, and this is what I wrote down here, you can kill the Devourer and take care that you don't kill much stuff on the way to stay level 2. If you hit level 3, the movement speed are maybe gone. So this is what this is on about. If you don't have movement speed boots, if you don't have anything on Renly's vendor that looks good, then just get level 3 with the Devourer kill. Just for reference, if you are level 2 with like 71, 72% and you kill Devourer, you will get level 3 from there. He gives a lot of XP when you're still level 2. Okay, but the last point, don't close this window until you like because he's gonna walk over. You won't be able to talk with him for 15 seconds. Anyways, I usually did not buy something. And then the Clearfell zone is basically just very easily, you want to hack one outside wall and run a circle until you found everything. You will get a level 1 skill gem in here. I don't think I need to show this gameplay. I also am not sure is this a race I died. Yeah, you just hack outside walls, right? So this is like just hack outside walls. You will find all the events. That's basically everything you need to know about this zone. And now, like you can do Bearer whenever you want. Mud Burrow. Mud Burrow is a zone where you also just let me pause this real quick. Mud Burrow is a zone where you also just want to hack a wall until you find the boss. Just hack top or south wall. It doesn't really matter. At the beginning-ish of the zone, however, that's important to know. There is a blue pack and a checkpoint. You can use this checkpoint for resetting and farming this blue pack a few times. I will show you guys later. I mean, if you guys watch the races, you know the Dreadnought reset tech. That also works in this Mud Burrow on this blue pack. However, the hatchery, which is like a special zone, is also close to there. It has like a few eggs or something. You can like frost bomb on them. You can just click them all by one. If you find the hatchery, usually it's always worth to go for it. Right. So if you kill the Devourer, he will drop you a level 2 skill gem, and if you then go to the town, you get a support gem from Renly. So, again, you had the plan, and now you know, oh, for my plan, I want this level 2 gem and this level support. Make a plan beforehand. Now you know, oh, from Mud Burrow, I get these 2 gems, and include them, and make it work, basically. Now, I want to go in-game real quick. So, what I want to show you guys real quick is the U tech, okay? So you see here, press U to find Red Veil in Grellwood, Act 1 and 3 relevant. What do I mean by that in general? I want to show you guys real quick. The way zones work in Path of Exile 2 is a little bit complicated. They vary depending on the league you are in. Standard has different than Solo Southbound Softcore, has different than Hardcore Trade, has different than Hardcore SSF layouts, right? So now I'm like in front of a Grellwood where you also would be eventually after you kill Mud Burrower. And now what you can do, the U-Tech, is you are in Clearfell and you see this Grellwood, right? I can like enter this Grellwood now. I, for example, did not practice a lot in a Standard League, so Softcore Trade. I can enter this Grellwood now, and now I press U, and I would see, okay, so the Red Veil, I am here, and the Red Veil is southwest of me, right? I entered here, and the Red Veil is like southwest. So what you can do now is, you know it is southwest. You just hack basically the south wall, and you already see, okay, I'm going southwest. And now I'm going to show you guys something interesting. And that works for every league. You don't need to learn every layout for every league. Like in Giga Fury, you can just hack this wall without thinking a lot. Also, there is an event up here. Like, obviously, if you see an event, you would take it, no? But we are just going southwest here. We are just going southwest. We're not thinking a lot. This is a high-level character, by the way. That's why I'm having least damage shield charge. You won't have that on League Star. And you will see I will find the rust of a Red Veil right here in a few seconds by going permanently southwest. And like it can be a little bit more west than south, obviously, but it will eventually work. And there it is, the Red Veil. Now, the next important thing you want to know about this zone is you found the exit, and we also found an event. The way this zone works is there are 4 events, and the 4 events are in a diamond shape, okay? Diamond shape means the following. Since I found this one event, I'm going to start from here. There will be the hanging tree, which you need. You want to collect the waypoint here. There is also, at the beginning of the zone, and it's going to be a straight line, the hut of the witch. It should be right here. Yep, that's the event number 2. And now you know everything of what you need to know about the zone. What does diamond shape mean? Well, diamond shape is 4 corners, right? And now the other 2 events that are in the zone will be parallel from here, and from here. It's basically you fill out like a quadrant, basically, but it's more like a diamond shape. So this is the next event, and the last one will be the useless one that you like would never hunt, but it will be somewhat in this direction. And this boss here drops a level 2 gem. Okay, this is how you will always understand Grellwood. So what you can see is you don't need to know anything about the actual layouts of Grellwood. What you want to know is I press U and I want to see the general direction of the red veil. When I find the red veil, I then probably find an event on the way, maybe not. But then the 4 events are all in this quadrant shape, diamond shape thingy. And they are all in the middle. Like, look at the zone exactly. If I would have kept on hugging walls, I wouldn't have found a lot of these events, right? So actual hugging wall is only good for red veil, okay, to find that. That's the press U tag. And then you can also use that later. Like, if we would go into the Grim Tangle now, that's the next zone, right? You would then go Rust King, and you would kill the Rust King. If you would now press U again, and you go into the Grim Tangle, let me do that real quick. You see that the Grim Tangle, like the cemetery, if I press U, is into the direction of, hold on, it is into the direction of like northwest, right? So what I want to do in this zone is I want to hug northwest, right? I will, like, maybe the zone at the beginning doesn't even look like it goes northwest, but you can see now it does. Obviously, it is not always perfect to hug west. It is not always perfect to hug north. It's hard to tell which is the actual perfect way, but the general direction is clear now. Oh, and now I found the boss. You can obviously do that boss real quick as well, because it's a guaranteed support gem. It is not because I already got that reward from the boss, by the way, at this point. But yeah, if I keep on hugging northwest, I might run into some dead ends, but that's the general direction. Okay, I'm just gonna hug north in this one. Like, let's just see. Okay, a little bit more west would have been good. Okay, but that's the press U to find exit tech, basically. And that is like the answer. It is not the perfect answer to every layout that exists and every zone that exists in Path of Exile 2, but it's, I think, the most efficient without wasting hours upon hours into understanding layouts. And here it is. You see northwest. By the way, here it is. Yeah. And like this was because I knew northwest. I could have gone into a lot of dead ends here, a lot of dead ends here, if I didn't know about the northwest. Okay, and you can utilize that in all Act 1 and 3, basically. Now, if you have hunting grounds, Freyfawn general direction, farmlands, into villages, the same stuff. So everywhere, it's the same juice. Okay, we talked about that. The rewards here, again, I put them into brackets. You can pause the video if you want to. After that, Red Veil. Red Veil is probably the most complicated zone at all, but I have one hint that is really helpful without knowing everything. And that is, there are 2 islands, and they are connected with bridges. Always in Red Veil, one of the quest things you have to do is on one island and 2 is on the other. So if you find one on one island, you basically want to find a bridge as soon as possible to get onto the other island and find the next girdle. Another thing that is very important in Red Veil, you want to have your, like, if you're playing bow, you want to have a short bow, level 5 bow. If you want to play staff, you want to have a long quarterstaff, level 5 quarterstaff. You want to have an oak great hammer, which is the level 4 two-handed mace, whatever. The refined and rusted arms in the Red Veil will drop them. So open all of those that you see on the way. Also, you get a guaranteed level 3 skill gem from King. You can also learn this layout, but it's not worth the time IMO. And regarding the Grim Tangle, there is something that we used in the race. I'm going to show that real quick to save a few seconds. So after you put in all the rusted seals, you can get back into town. You talk to Yuna, and to save like a couple of seconds, you do the following here. Watch this. I talk to Yuna. She starts singing, and I resurrect a checkpoint, and I can skip the animation because of it. And now I can like go here, and I'm chilling basically. Okay, so next up, we already talked about Grimtangle. The Druid drops a support gem, we already have that. The Cemetery. The Cemetery is a zone which is a little bit interesting. What you want to do in here is mostly hug one wall, but not like exactly on the wall. You see how I run this, right? So I don't actually hug the wall. I run it more centric so that I can always see the edge of the wall, but actually hugging it like wastes some light radius. You guys know what I mean? Because both the tombs are rather randomly spawning. And then there is one special tech. If you enter one of the tombs for Esinia or Draven, you want to instantly exit it, keep on searching for the second tomb, and enter that. The second tomb is the first one you clear. And if you clear that, you go back to the first tomb you found, but you make a new instance. With that, you can have both zones. I think I did it in this race as well. Okay, I didn't. Unlucky. That was like literally the day afterwards, I think, that I found out. But this way, you can have both zones level 9, good chance for level 11 weapons, better XP, and the Cemetery also contains this Iron or Lazuli ring. If you just hug the wall, as I shown in Cemetery, you're usually fine, and you will find that guaranteed ring spot, and the Cemetery will be okay. If you guys like kind of fully reveal it, that's kind of normal, even for people that are speedrunning, okay? Another information, the Esinia tomb contains a support gem. In the Esinia tomb, what you want to aim for is try to get space from the spawn. So get away from where you spawned, basically, as far as possible. And then there is this one encounter where you can kill one rare guy and he gives a support gem. This is interesting to know. For Draven, the Draven layout, 80%-ish of the time works in a way where it's in the opposite quadrant of the zone. So, like, oh, this is already way too late. You spawn into the Draven zone, and what I mean by opposite quadrant is I'm spawning somewhere here. What I want to, like, if I think about the map as a quadrant, right? It can be split up into 4 quadrants as well. And then I want to find out, where am I? Am I like bottom left quadrant right now? Am I there? Where am I? And then usually what you want to aim for is the opposite quadrant, but exceptions can happen. And it also happened in the second race, I think. And then it can also be elsewhere. But opposite quadrant, just do the zone 1 or 2 times, you will know what I mean, is mostly where Draven then spawns in. Okay? If it's not in the opposite quadrant, then it's at least never in the starting quadrant. So you always have to go like away a little bit from the starting thing. If you find the riches in here, there's like this secret room with forbidden riches. That's always fine to go for on a league start if you can find it. And very important last thing is, actually, let me show that. I don't know if I pulled that off correctly in the race, but when you are actually killing Draven, I've missed. Actually, I can show you guys what can go wrong. That's actually pretty good. So when you are killing Draven, you want to instantly portal out if you can. I think I couldn't hear because of a... Yeah. I just misplayed. Because... Did you guys see that? I portaled out, not instantly, but I like walked around for 1.5 seconds for no reason. And then, look, I portal and it gets stopped. The moment the spirit leaves Draven, for some reason, your portal animation gets cancelled, but you don't lose HP, if I remember. Yeah, it just cancels your portal animation when the spirit leaves. So instantly press it the moment he has 0 HP and you're fine, and the portal will be up. So after Draven, you want to TP out into the town, you want to waypoint back to Cemetery, and you want to open the door, and then there is another reset, and I want to show you guys that reset as well. I think I'm vendoring here a little bit. So, oh my god, these load screens. Anyways, so I'm vendoring here a little bit. You guys can also do that, by the way, because your inventory should be full after the 2 bosses. Important part is after this, because you want to portal to the Cemetery. And, oh my, I'm actually wasting so much time vendoring in this. You want to portal to the Cemetery, open the gate, get this checkpoint, and then reset a checkpoint, because then you can instantly fight him. He's not doing the yap with, my family, this doesn't make sense, this is turn up, you know. You can skip that. That's important. That's very easy to pull off. That's a few seconds. Then Laklan will drop you a guaranteed level 3 gem. Okay. After that, the hunting grounds is another important zone. And this zone is basically if you just hug one outside wall until you find all the checkpoints, you're vibing. You can kill stuff on the way. There is a yellow, there's yellow affliction rare monster that gives a guaranteed support gem. There is a ritual in there. If you complete the ritual, it's a guaranteed level 4 gem. Then there is the crow bell in there. And there is the entrance to the next zone. I want to say one small thing though. Hunting grounds has this ritual, right? And the ritual has a resurrect a checkpoint, like a checkpoint instantly there. And there is a resurrect a checkpoint tag. The same way you guys can reset the blue pack in the Mudburrow or the Dreadnought. You can also do that here and not click the ritual. And this is decent XP as well. So yeah, reset to XP efficiently, hunting grounds ritual. You can keep that in mind if you like are a little bit low on XP. Then you eventually, as I said, get all the waypoints. You kill the support gem guy. You get the Freythorn waypoint. You get into farmlands eventually. What you'd want to do in farmlands is you want to find the... I'm actually not sure when I did that, but you want to find the loot first. And oh yeah, this is always the same pattern. So what you want to know about layouts in this game is in these different leagues, standard, solo self, softcore, hardcore, solo self. In these different leagues, usually what GGG does is there are some static things in every zone. This is what I'm always going to tell you, by the way. And then everything is like a little bit shifted. Like the map, if you go into standard and solo self on standard and you just press this U in-game, so you see the map of the campaign act, it is differently shaped. So what's happening is that zones can rotate. And in here, this is like a different entrance way, right? Usually in solo self on softcore, instead of this way, it would be this way that we enter the farmlands. However, this zone works the same exact way anyways. What you want to do is you have this direction that, like, you see this direction, right? It's east, south, I guess. And what you want to do is you want to find a way into this straight direction that the zone is telling you. But at this point here, it's always cut off. So at the beginning, you have to get like kind of around, but you want to get back to this main zone. Yeah, you see how my mouse goes? You want to go back to that main zone, basically. And that's what I'm doing here as well, because the loot from Yuna, which is giving you the +2 skill points, is always here. It is always here. Somewhere. I'm not doing it perfectly, but yeah, here is the checkpoint. And what you're doing is you take this checkpoint, you pick up the loot, and you get out of the zone. And after that, you will portal into the town. You will... I don't have space, I remember that. I hated myself for that. I didn't even realize, I think, early on. No, I rest him already. You will get the loot, you will TP into the town, you will give the loot to Yuna, and you will get the 2 skill points, and you will go back to do Freythorn and the things in the hunting grounds, basically. So yeah, that's the tag, and you will return to the farmlands a little bit later again. Anyways, after farmlands and you grabbing the loot, if you are level 10, which is most likely the case unless you're doing actual racing, you should check Yuna in town for a greater life flask, for the level 10 flask. You are not guaranteed to drop that, and if you are fighting King in the Mists or any other boss later on with a medium life flask, it might become a little bit harder to do these, so that's always worth. So if you can aim for level 10, do it, and yeah. Then you go back to the hunting grounds, as I said. Here is an important thing. No matter the class you play, you should always use shield charge to save time. And you can do that really easily by, I hope I did that on this character. Yeah, by having weapon set points. And what I do is in my weapon set points, I take strength right here, right? And with a weapon set swap, I can always use Shield Charge in Act 1 early on, and Shield Charge is very important. You can also utilize that to get Leap Slam later. So keep that in mind. Use the 2 points in Web, so at least for Shield Charge. Leap Slam is maybe not that important, but Shield Charge saves you a lot of time. And you just need any shield in your offhand. You will drop one on the way. Just don't sell every shield you drop. Keep one, put that into stash or into your offhand, whatever. Freythorn, yeah. Kind of unreadable. But there's one thing that is kind of interesting. When you find the boss ritual, which sometimes happens before you find any other ritual, there is some dark swirls, some dark shadows going out of a main ritual, and they point into the direction of the 3 small rituals in the zone. Okay, so if you find the boss ritual first, you get a general idea and general direction of where the others are. Elsewise, good luck, Lamau. The king gives you 30 spirit and a level 4 skill gem. After you do Freythorn, you go back to farmlands. For that, you waypoint into the zone, and the checkpoint you have at Yuna's hut you can use now to TP back there and get the direction. And get the get into the next zone and find the next zone. So that's basically what I'm doing here. You saw that, right? Okay, after that, after you TP and you checkpoint to Yuna's hut, there is a crop circle in this zone, and if you find it, you will get a guaranteed level 4 gem from that, so that can be useful as well. And here, again, the general exit direction is findable by pressing U. Let me show that in-game real quick, actually. So I am in front of a cemetery. I just want to show that as well real quick. So I am in Standard League right now, and here, this is what I mean, by the way. This whole map is different in the different leagues. Like, instead of here, the red veil can be top left or bottom left, and then the directions of the zone, the general directions can be different. But I wanted to show our farmlands, right? So let me go to the farmlands here real quick. I'm just making a new zone, even though there is none. You see now, if I press U, the general direction shows me that I will have to go into west-south, right? This is what the general direction is saying. So again, in this zone, there is always a dead end here that you cannot cross. Oh, you cannot even leap slam over these. The loot will always be somewhat here. Can you leap some? Okay. As I said, the loot is always somewhat here, like straight from where you came, and then it would be in here. But now the general direction was southwest-ish. We are kind of perfectly on pace, so I'm just gonna like go straight up this way until I find it, basically. Obviously, you would kill some stuff on the way, right? But as long as it goes general southwest, I'm happy here, right? Okay, and now I'm in a dead end. I can, like, kind of 50-50 here. Now this is the crop circle. The crop circle tells me that I'm kind of close to the end. And I am here, and I am here, and we are done. Because next zone is right here. So let me respawn at checkpoint so no monsters are annoying me. As you can see, again, pressing U gave us the general direction of where we wanted to go. And the crop circle usually spawns nearby of the exit to the Ogham village. This is not always perfect. Sometimes you have to go a little bit more down. It is not always perfect, but you get the general idea. I hope that you understand the U tech now. I'm going to press escape here. Next. The zone afterwards is the village. Again, you can use press U. I will not show that again. We're going to speedrun from here on because now you guys understand the basics of how zones work, and that's all you need to know, honestly. In the village, you want to find the executioner. If at some point, while you are running to the executioner, you hear a sound, that's the smithing tools. And these smithing tools is its own room. I think I could go actually into the VOD for this again. I am not sure when exactly I did it. So this is still Freythorn. Let me find when here I am in the executioner zone. Oh yeah, this was a disaster. But maybe it is hearable here actually. It should be hearable here at some point. I'm gonna stop talking and we listen to the sound. Listen. That was it. Did you guys hear it? It is right here. Again. When you hear that, you know that you are near the smithing tools, and you know, oh, okay, I kind of have to look around where I am right now. That's what I did here as well, right? And then I saw it here. And very important, when you grab the smithing tool, sometimes there's a rare mob here, usually always worth, but you want to open, it is just a white chest, I know. It may not look good, but you always want to open this chest, because it is always a guaranteed damage rune. Either flat cold, flat fire, flat lightning, or the iron rune for Fizz. That's very importante. So, smithing tools make a sound when you drop them, and if you hear the sound, you are close. And if you don't hear the sound, just hug walls. You will eventually find it. Unlucky, but it is what it is. Executioner drops a level, drops a support gem, and if you then talk to Latest, the women that husbands got beheaded literally a minute before, she will give you a level 5 gem in town. So afterwards, you get into the ramparts. Ramparts is a little bit tricky because different in different leagues again, but it's often a U-turn. Just follow the main ways. If you don't find it here and you're full clear, it's fine. You can XP up quite good in this zone. It's actually one of the best zones in Act 1 to XP in, so that's fine. And then there is a support gem from the Hanging Man you can drop. In the Manor, though, this is actually the last one I want to show because the U-Tech is like kind of not important here. I want to show you guys real quick the Manor again because this zone is probably one of the most important zones to understand how it works, and it's quite easy and very intuitive, and actually you will see that it's low-key beautiful how it works, okay? So in the Ogre Manor, in the zone where Geonor is, you spawn in and you get a general direction, and you want to like kind of go middle-ish here and want to find the first stairs, okay? I kind of go middle-ish here, but I'm checking like this wall, and yeah, okay, nice. I got the leg. Now I know there's the stairs here. Okay, so now we go over the stairs. We see the bees. The plus 20 life, the Sanctum floor 1 boss. I forgot the name right now. Wait a minute. It's Candlemass. The Candlemass either spawns right in front of this bridge, and you can like check a little bit here. Now I know it's not here. Like basically just check, like if it's not instantly visible, it's nowhere here, okay? If it's not instantly visible, it's nowhere here. So Candlemass is either like instantly you see that in front of the first bridge, or it's after the first bridge. Here it's after again. So we are crossing the bridge, and we are keeping in mind we came from here and we crossed this bridge, and we are kind of in the middle of the first floor right now, right? Here, usually what I'm doing for Candlemass checking, I check up first, and but Candlemass is somewhere here. Nice, there it is. So I take this checkpoint, and then usually I just try to find the stairs. Can take some while. It's not that obvious, I think, in here at least. Let me just find it real quick. It's here. And now, how does this zone work, guys? This is the important part, okay? We go into these stairs, but we keep in mind how the zone works. So we are basically very top right of the zone, and the bridge has been central. What we are doing now is we actually go the stairs down, and we are still top right. Keep that in mind. We are top right, and the stairs were central. Let's go to the stairs again. Same stairs like before. We just went down one floor, but the stairs are still exactly in the middle, okay? So the zone works like that. And then the third one as well, right? We want to find the stairs again. These stairs can be either down or up, right? This is a door. This is not the stairs. This is just some like logo. And now we are at the bottom right. But we remember that the stairs were up here. So we go into exactly that direction again. We kind of go up and we kind of go left to find the stairs again. We kind of go up and we kind of... You can still get into some dead ends here. Not that trivial. This is, for example, wrong. Maybe I didn't go enough top, or I didn't go enough left. I didn't go enough left. And we are here. This is how Ogre Manor works, okay? And with that, the hard part is over, okay? Let's go back into my PowerPoint because I can only do a one take. Okay, this is how to find Candlemass and how to navigate through the zone. This is just what I already told you. Now we go into my run again real quick, and we are going to watch. So you saw how I ran through the zone, right? I took the checkpoint on the Candlemass, but I did not fight the Candlemass instantly. Now, important tech to save time is when you are killing Geonor here, what you want to do is you either TP out and go to the waypoint, or you do what I do here. Like TPing out is like 1 or 2 seconds faster, usually even on EU, by the way. You kill Geonor, and after you kill him, you go to the checkpoint for the Candlemass and kill Candlemass afterwards. The upside is there's a lot of lore yapping going on right? The hooded one and Geonor are talking, blah, I found messages, the desert, blah, blah, blah. And all of this is happening, right? You can see on the bottom left of the screen, all of this is happening right now. But I'm killing this guy, I get my 20 life, and then I go back to the, I think I was a little bit lost here, yep. I go back down here, and instead of waiting 40 seconds doing nothing, I did the Candlemass fight while the loot is here now, okay? So log in a few seconds, or like actually 40 seconds that you save here, usually always worth to do. Okay, now let's get into Act 2. From here on, the cold rest, low-key irrelevant. Get lightning and fire us. Check vendors as well. Okay, Vastiri outskirts, it is fine to just hug a wall. That's basically the solution of this zone. Just hug a wall, it's fine. It's gonna be good XP. You'll get a skill gem level 5 after Raft Breaker. Then you enter the town and you get into the Halani gates. I think I still misplayed this, by the way, in my run here. But basically all you need to do is you get into the... okay, I do Raft Breaker here. You know, you get onto the caravan and you get lost where to go. You go into the Halani gates, and the only thing you need to do here is get this pop-up. Talk to Asala. The moment you get this pop-up, you do resurrect the checkpoint and get back into the town. I'm not sure what I did. Yeah, I still talk to her. You don't need to talk to her. You just get back into here, and then you go into the quarry. Okay, regarding the quarry. Every time you find a checkpoint, it means you need to cross a bridge. That's all you need to know about the zone. Elsewise, it's good XP. If you find the checkpoint, that is the bridge you want to cross in the quarry, okay? After that, the mines. The mine zone is pretty easy as well, because the boss is always in the most northern part of the zone. So hugging any wall with the focus of going north is fine in the mines. Right. Then there is also another resettable blue pack. I explained that to you guys already a few times, like the Dreadnought, like the Mud Burrow, and like the... I forgot the name of a level 10 zone in Act 1 right now. Unlucky. Also there can be blue monsters, but the resetting tech is always, and in all of these zones, is like the pack size of it, it's dependent on the instance. So if you would make a new instance, the pack changes. So instead of like maybe sometimes it's 2 blue monsters, sometimes it's 5, you can technically always reset the instance. It doesn't make sense here, but it makes sense in Dreadnought, for example, where you're very close and can reset very easily. Just keep that in mind. So farming the blue monsters in here, usually only worth if you have 4 or more. Traitor's Passage is the next zone. This zone is actually quite the same always. And the only thing you need to know, so here I am in the mines still. The only thing you need to know in the Traitor's Passage, let me get into a moment where I am here real quick. The only thing you need to know in the Traitor's Passage is you are getting into a certain direction here, right? You see the zone is pointing me north. Yeah? Like my mouse goes. That's the basic direction you want to hug. Yeah, this is the general direction you want to go to. You want to like go into this northern-ish that the zone is telling you in the very beginning. And then in here, there is like this big staircase eventually that you will find. And usually in around this big staircase, there will be one wall that has sticky notes on it. Sticky notes, what is that even on about? Let me show you. Maybe, I hope it's visible here. So yeah, there you see it. You see these? This is where the Balbala fight is going. I think it's Balbala, or what is she called again? Yeah, Balbala. So these sticky notes on the wall is where Balbala is, and the other direction is where the next zone is going to be. So I go into the direction where the other zone is going to be, and this is rather random. Not 100%, but rather random. It's in general a good XP zone as well. In the Halani gates, you want to know that you have to clear the monsters ASAP around the gates to activate, and every one of the speedrunners once had that mistake. Wait for the first gate to actually be done and for Asala to come with you. Else, if you leave her too early, she's not going to catch up. And there is a rare monster in the zone, a spear-themed rare monster. This rare monster has a 100% chance to drop a level 20 weapon rare. So you always want to kill it. It is not your class's weapon guaranteed rare, but it's a rare guaranteed level 20 weapon. And has a chance to be for your class as well, obviously. So, yeah, elsewise, the Halani gates is like zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. There's one more important thing. After the second bridge, there's a checkpoint. And like these statue monsters that don't move until you get close to them. That's good for XP farming as well if you need it. After that, you can do trial if you are strong enough. It is always, in my opinion, worth to do it early, but yeah, you need to know if it's worth for you. After you kill Jamanra, there are 3 zones you can take. It is the same principle here, like with the tombs in Act 1 in the cemetery though. You can change the level of the zone depending on what you already entered. So you can technically try out, but I'm not going to go into detail with that because it's low-key, not that big of a deal. And yeah, I just go Kef first. In Kef, in that zone, you just want to hug one wall and want to, let me show you real quick after the Jamanra fight. In Kef, you just want to hug one wall and just get lucky to find the snake there, lol. But the way the zone works is, man, a lot of stuff happening. Okay, so the way the zone works is there is, actually, let me go a little bit back. There is this sandy zone without big structures. And then a little bit later, when I'm fighting the snake, you see more structures come. And there's like a transition in this zone. And there is a middle, and I am in the middle now. And this middle, like that I show with my mouse here, this middle is basically where the snake is spawning. Okay, so it's on either edge, but it's like always in the middle of the zone. And then the snake gives you +2 skill points. And then what you want to find, and what is very important as well, is this one. This little part of the zone is a guaranteed magic amulet, okay? In exactly this chest, and a rare pack as well. So this is what you need to know about Kef, and then you can follow the buildings and follow the bigger structures to find the exit of the zone and to get into the next zone. Okay, Kef done. Actually, last line, important. The snake monsters, so the normal snake monsters in this Kef zone drop the relic, okay? So this is another important part of the video. Different quest items in Path of Exile 2 drop from certain monsters. And for these zones we are here right now, so also the Lost City also has some snakes, and all of these zones that have snakes can drop the Kabbalah relic, I think it's called, for the Titan zone later on. And in the other zone, the Badlands, it's the hyenas that drop these items. Okay, so in the Lost City, how do you navigate through that? You have an entrance, right? You guys can see that. And basically, the entrance points southeast, pretty much exactly. What you already then know is eventually southeast will be where the exit to the zone will be. Okay, so this is the general direction you want to go in Kef. In the Lost City. And the Lost City also additionally has a Spirit Gem and the Beetle, XDD. So the Beetle is just a rare guy that drops, I think, a guaranteed magic jewel, by the way. There I dropped the relic as well, by the way. And the Spirit Gem in here, so there's also, by the way, at the beginning, you want to cross this bridge. Yeah, you want to find the bridge. The bridge is what you need to cross. And it's either extremely left or extremely right on the first part of the zone. This is an extremely left one. So yeah, anyways, after crossing the bridge, you want to go into the southwest direction again from the entrance. But there's also a Spirit Gem in here. I think I didn't find it in this race, and I had to go back to the zone, and there was some cringe stuff. Also, I completely misread this. It was good times. I wasted a lot of time in this race, actually. But it does not really matter. Eventually, there is... I don't find the Spirit Gem right now. A Spirit Gem in here, and there is one important comment that I want to make. The Spirit Gem is zone level dependent. The higher the zone, the higher the Spirit Gem that you drop. So it can be a level 6 or I think 7 or maybe even 8 gem. If you do the Kef zones and the Lost City first, before you do the Badlands and before you do the Titan Grotto, it will be a lower level. And if you do it last, it will be a higher level. This can be relevant to you guys. Maybe you want to do Wind Dancer early, and Wind Dancer requires a lot of decks and way more than you have. Then it makes sense to go Kef first to get the low Spirit Gem, right? So keep that in mind. Buried Shrines is the next zone. Hug any wall to hopefully find a magic ring. So there is an offering to water, fire, and storm or something like that, where you get a magic guaranteed resistance ring. Obviously, since I said Cold Dress is not really needed, it makes sense to take Ruby or Topaz. After that, Mastodon Badlands. That zone is just hug any wall, left or right. It makes a difference, and there's some tech, I don't even know it myself, honestly. Just hug the wall, get into the next zone. It's a bad zone, not good for XPs. If you find hyenas, kill them for the relic. That's it. There's one random encounter where you get a support gem as well. After that, you get into a bone pits, and bone pits is very, very satisfying as well. There is a tech for bone pits that I want to show. Here I'm entering the bone pits, and I want you guys to look at this corridor. Look at this corridor exactly and the direction it's pointing to. Because this exact direction is the boss. The boss is exactly where my mouse is now. And I will prove it to you guys. And it's always the same in the bone pits. So follow the direction of the first corridor. You still see the first corridor. It's just straight up left, straight up left, straight up left. And here I go top. I don't know why I'm going top, but I'm going to get my payment for that. And that is a dead end right here because it's just strong. Keep in mind that I was like way less educated than right now when I did this run. But here I am going back to the left, and the boss. Here's the boss. So it was just straight up left. You guys see that, right? It is not hugging a wall in this zone. It is just straight up. The first corridor is going to show you the way. And I just want to show you guys, just as a reminder, maybe someone is watching this like 1 year later. This is how early access looked like. Fresh league start, 1 hour, 27 minutes in. This is an average boss fight back then. Maybe in normal speed real quick, because it's probably not visible. And I record this video before the 0.2 patch notes are out, so XDD about multi-bell probably. This is normal speed, real quick. Ah, beautiful. Anyways, this is Bone Pits, okay? Relic from Hyenas, we already talked about that. And you get a support gem from the NPC in the town after you kill that boss. Valley of the Titans is another important thing that I need to show you guys to understand better. What you want to do is you spawn into the zone and you want to go into the open field. You don't want to hug a wall or anything. And if you go into an open field, you very early find this. You see how this camera zooms out? You see that? Look at how my camera zooms out. This is the indicator. Now, this is the indicator, I'm here. And then you take this checkpoint. And then what you're doing is you hug the wall in the zone, but you hug it with brain. What do I mean? It's not just hugging wall. You kind of want to explore everything around you. And maybe there is a good showcase. So there is the first thing that I found. Here is the second ancient seal that I find. And then I'm still hugging. You guys, this is what I mean. You want to not just hug left, you want to explore everything you are hugging, because the ancient seals often are at the very edge, but they could also be in this middle thingy, okay? So you don't want to brainlessly just hug a wall, you want to kind of hug a wall, but also explore around, okay? And I think this is the third seal already, no? Or is this only the second? I think it is only the second. I think in this race it even was visible what I mean by that. No, it's not, never mind. I just find the third seal. Oh, maybe. Wasn't the third seal up here? And then I can maybe show you guys. Oh, no, it doesn't look good. It is. Yeah, you see that. So if I would just have hugged... Okay, this one I would have seen. But, like, it can be inner as well. And then one last comment. The ancient seals have some spacing from each other, so they are never instantly next to each other. And then the waypoint here that I found in the zone, the waypoint, you can put in the relics there. And in this zone, Valley of the Titans, it's kind of bad and very dangerous. The big skellies are a big no-no. Don't fight them. Avoid the tornadoes. And the small guys in there are kind of fightable and are also kind of fine. All right, then you go into the grotto is bad. Try to get as fast as possible, as far as possible from the entrance, and it is just a time waste to be in this zone, like genuinely. I'm gonna show you guys what I mean. So I'm just like going away from the starting point basically, and I'm just going as fast as possible, as far as possible from it. And eventually after, like, there's usually some good amount of time where it's a straight line that you go, you will find dead ends, that's normal as well. And then at the end, it's gonna curl into one direction, and then there will be the boss. Sometimes, however, it's also U-shaped. It's just weird. If you find dead ends, it's fine. It depends on the league. Everything is meh. But yeah, no, straight line, and then eventually it leads you somewhere, and then you find the boss. Okay, this is the wrong scene. Let's go back here. The Desha zone. In the Desha zone, you want to be at the very least level 23, rather higher though. And in Desha, you just want to hug a wall, and there is the corpse that you can find for +2 skill points. It will spawn at one of the buildings in there randomly. There are like 14 buildings in the Desha zone. It is randomly on one of them. And in the Desha zone, you will also maybe find the 2 rare monsters. They are also kind of worth to fight. Here are these buildings, okay? So on one of these 14, 15, 16, maybe 12 buildings the zone has, the letter randomly spawns. It doesn't spawn before them. It doesn't spawn on the outside. It is on one of those houses. And you will also at the end of the zone find the entrance to the next zone. And here as well, you can maybe see it. The zone pointed me into one direction. You see where my mouse comes from, right? And the exit to the next zone is usually also at the very end. And then you just run around, search for the letter until you get lucky. And that's it. Here I find it at the house. Okay, after Desha, you will find Path of Mourning. It's a very annoying zone. It has a support gem from one like special encounter in there, but in this zone you just want to go through fast. It's bad for XP, it's bad for everything. You can stay central in the zone. What I mean by that is if you can go into many different directions. Let me actually use that right here. You kind of want to always go into the middle. Oh yeah, this is the hashed urn, which gives a guaranteed support gem, by the way. What you want to do is you don't want to actually hug a wall. You always want to go central if possible. So if you have like 3 ways, one left, one right, one middle, you take the middle one. But yeah, just get through it fast. I hug left here, which is just risky, but like worked out, I think. Anyways, next zone is Spires. Spires of Desha, if you just hug any wall for finding the boss, that's okay. The +10 lightning res Sisters of Garakan encounter is somewhere kind of far from the exit, but also kind of far from the boss. So whatever, if that helps you, that's kind of what you want to know. If you activate it, extra ranged monsters spawn from on every platform. This can be good if your character is strong for more XP. This can be bad if your character is weak because you chain die. So depending on that, you either want to take that after the boss or before. Figure it out for yourself. The boss drops a guaranteed skill gem. Then we have a dread. Wait, why? What is Vanguard exactly? I'm missing Dreadnought. Oops. Oh yeah, Dreadnought is just straight up reset XP. You guys know the tech. I'm gonna show it real quick, right? So what we do, what you can do in Dreadnought is you get to the very end, you go to this checkpoint, and you just reset the checkpoint, and you kill the bloom pack, and you get XP, and you get items, and you can check vendor after every level up. And you guys can also see there is the Dreadnought Vanguard here. So if the monster pack here appears to be small for you guys, you can go into the Vanguard, make a new Dreadnought zone, and check is the monster packs bigger now. Because if you reset a checkpoint, it usually takes the same monster packs it spawned with. But these can vary in size, these can vary in mob type, so keep that in mind. After that, we go into the Vanguard. Vanguard is just pure pain champ. Usually I just leap slam through it. If you don't have leap slam, you can't skip everything. So get leap slam, lol. If you don't want to get leap slam, though, you kind of need to kill everything. There's nothing in there really. You just rush to Jamanra and you are fine. Sandswept Marsh. So we are in Act 3 now. Sandswept Marsh. Sorry, bad pronunciation. In this zone, it's fine to just hug a wall. On the sand part of a zone, I'm going to show you what I mean. On the sand part, oh, this is even way further still. On the sand part of a zone, there's going to be the unique monster that you maybe find. He doesn't have any, like, you don't have to kill him, but he drops a guaranteed, I think, level 9 skill gem. And you just want to cross a bridge as soon as possible, basically, if you want to find the guaranteed falling. So yeah, there's a checkpoint here. This hanging tree is a guaranteed magic ring. It can be everything. It can be amethyst. It can be the accuracy one. It can be lightning. So like if you find it, take it. And then if you cross a bridge, the sandy goes into the muddy right here. It's getting more muddy. And then you know that somewhere here there will be the double rares. If you kill the caster, the smaller one of those two, you can open the chest, and the chest is a guaranteed falling, and you can use that on your main ability to deal more damage, obviously. And then you will find the town eventually, also on the mud thingy, on the swamp part, and not on the sand part of the zone. You will get the entrance to the zone, to the town of Act 3. And after that, if you are not racing, what you can do is you are in the Ziggurat encampment. and you're going here into the sand swapped marsh, and you make a new zone, and you search for the 2 rares, because in my opinion, that's the best farming spot we have right now in Path of Exile 2's campaign. You have 1 rare chest and 2 rare monsters, and you find them quite fast, because, you know, if I enter sand, I'm wrong. You want to stay in the muddy, in the part, the non-sand part of the zone, to find the 2 rares and the 1 golden chest, and you always reset from here, from the town, because that's faster. Okay, so that's, I think, all you need to know about this zone. In the jungle ruins, it's fine to just hug a wall again, and it's also fine to full clear because it's a pretty dense zone. One very important thing, I feel like a lot of people don't know about that. I'm not sure if I find it in this one. I don't think I do. I think I found it in the 3rd race, but not in this 2nd one. If you are full clearing this, there is something called Jungle Grave that you can find and encounter. You want to interact with that and summon the NPC, and you will get a guaranteed rare belt. A guaranteed rare belt at that point is kind of insanely good. Okay, so if you find it, definitely do it. Also, the monkey is always close to the infested barrens. So if you find either one of those, you know, okay, the other one is like, basically, actually, it is visible in this one. Basically, I found the monkey basically instantly, and I know, okay, from the monkey, it's a straight line to the infested barrens. It's always the same, I think. And let me show you real quick. I just run a straight line from here, just further into this direction, and I find the infested barrens in this jungle ruins zone. It's always the same. Like, if you find infested barrens, the way the infested barrens is looking, like here it's east, south, right? That is the direction the monkey is going to be in, okay? And also you want to find the waypoint for venom crypts because of the venom bonus. And there is a vendor in the zone that has like a few items, definitely worth checking out. Venom Crypts is good luck Lemao. It is very complicated. Venom Crypts can be correct to hug a wall, but it also can be correct to go into the middle. It is Lemao. Okay. Infested Barrens, as I said before, there is a wall that you can find. It is often the south wall, but I'm not sure, where you will eventually find the water. And you want to hug the wall with the water to find the waypoint. In here, there is the stony thingy. Maybe you saw that. Basically, go there and you will find the waypoint. And in the infested barrens, there is also this encounter here with a rare monster. Whoops. And there is the Chimera wetlands that you want to find, and there is the Azak bog that you want to find. You want to get both waypoints, and you want to then go into the Azak bog. However, there's also a vendor in the zone, and the Azak bog is next. I don't have footage for that because we didn't do that in the race. All you need to know about this is you want to hug the eastern wall. The boss is always northeast in the zone. And if you have like very low fire res and you're getting farmed by the boss in the Azak bog, by the witch, there's a ritual, like an effigy ritual. If you do that, it's increased fire res and increased rarity for your character, as long as you stay in the same instance. So you can do that and do the witch afterwards to get farmed a little bit less, because when you have fire res, the ritual can also be reset to get a little bit more of XP. So it's another XP farming spot. After that, Chimera Wetlands, hug a wall, grab everything you find. There's a blooming field thingy where there are purple flowers and a rare monster in the end. This rare monster has a guaranteed magic amulet, by the way. There's another camp. I think this is like the camp in the Infested Barrens has like a guaranteed glove pair, and the camp in the Chimera Redlands has, I think, a guaranteed rare helmet, something like that. Usually fine to find. Chimera Redlands also a decent zone for XP, so that's okay. And then we are nearly done. Jiquanis Machinarium. Find the small soul core. It's randomly somewhere here. You want to use the small soul core to energize this part. You want to then always leap. If you have leap slam, you're going to follow the main way. You see that there's like a very thick main way, and you can leap slam over this terrain here. And if you just follow that, eventually you will be able to find, and you will need to pick up one soul core after in the end. Eventually, you will be able to find. I just followed the main way. You will be able to find the next zone. Okay, now how you want to run this zone, the Sanctum zone. I will explain Soul Course in a bit. It's a U, okay? The down point is here, and then it goes like this, and then it goes like this. This is how you find the generators. The perfect way to run the zone is find generator number 1, and then reset checkpoint so no monsters annoy you. Portal out, get your /hideout ready, go into your hideout, because load screens are very long, but also you get into your hideout, you press waypoint, you get into the Sanctum again, you get the other generator. The reason you do this is because the middle doesn't always connect, okay? If you then find one of the 2 medium soul cores, you will hear a certain sound. And listen closely to the sound. Did you hear it? That's how you know, oh, there's a soul core nearby, okay? And after that, you put that one into the generator. And you TP to the other checkpoints. Explore around that other checkpoint, some area. Just like explore a little bit. Maybe the soul core is instantly there, who knows. But if you then now reset a checkpoint, the zone will spawn 2 soul cores randomly across the map again. 2 instead of 1. So this is way faster to find. And if after I reset a few times, I can see, aha, in this explode zone you see, even though I was very far away, it still shows. I get my second soul core and I put it into the generator. I do a mistake here, and that mistake is to instantly TP out. The safer way is resurrect a checkpoint one more time, waypoint out, and fight the boss. It's a little bit complicated, but I explained it here again, so you can you can read it through again. Basically, get one generator, portal out, do /hideout, get the other generator checkpoint, get the 2 soul cores, and resurrect the checkpoint after the second one, waypoint out, and boss fights. I hope that helps. Whew. Afterwards, Metal Waterways. Yeah, we don't talk about that zone here. At least for XP is good. You probably always want to just full clear it. And one noteworthy thing is, one quite early checkpoint has a rare monster, and that rare monster is worth to kill. Drowned City, you basically just want to follow the main way. It's usually always the same zone to run through, and always the same layout. You basically enter the zone and you want to go southeast-ish. Yeah, you want to go southeast-ish and you want to follow the main way. Usually I see the main way here goes a little bit down, so I like respect it a little bit, and I'm checking, and then I see, okay, the main way doesn't go here enough, so I go back, main way, southeast-ish, southeast-ish with main way. Where does the main way go? Southeast-ish, southeast, and I just follow the main way. And then I go here. There is this guaranteed blue pack here, which I just skipped in the race, but it's good XP. And then southeast-ish, follow the main way. It's always the same, and then I found it. The next zone, Apex of Filth, is also very easy to understand. What you want to do is you want to hack the inner wall of the way you can go. Let me show you. So I find Atsiri here, okay? And now I see there is nothing that goes left and there is stuff that goes right. After this Atsiri statue and this letter, I already exactly know how to go through this zone now. And the answer to that is I want to hack the right wall for the rest of the zone, and you will see me doing that. There is some min-maxing you can do by not perfectly hugging it, but you will see I will just run around and hack the right wall and just hack this wall all the time. And the tell for this is, as I said, that you will run into a dead end at the beginning here. There is no way to go here, and there is stuff here. And then you want to pass the Atsiri statue, you want to pass the checkpoint, and then you hack the wall that has stuff. Okay? That is not just a dead end. And then you keep on hugging this wall. It is maybe not absolutely perfect. As I said, you can min-max it a little bit, and then you will find the Queen of Filth. After you kill the Queen of Filth, there is the tech. I don't know if I did that in here, but there is the tech where you are waypointing instead. Yep. Let me show that. That's a little bit quicker than portaling out. You take this checkpoint, you waypoint to the Drowned City, and you enter the town from down under, and that saves you a few seconds because you don't have to run through the whole encampment. And then you put in the statue. And then the next zone, the Temple of Kopek, is absolutely 1 in 3 random. It is a triangle. The zone is a triangle, and in every corner of a triangle, the exit could be. So it's a 1 in 3 to find the correct answer by the correct entrance by any chance. And after that, the zone has a tell. So I lose the 1 in 3 here by going top. Then I try going left. And on the second part of the zone, though, so this is a 1 in 2 chance now. I lose again, unlucky. Else I would have beaten Angormis, guys. That's the only reason I lost. Anyways, the second part of the zone, however, has a tell. And that tell is that you hug a wall. I will show you right here. You will hug a wall in the second floor. And if there is... So we are on the second floor right now. If there is any part where you cannot cross, this is the right way to go. You see, this is the entrance. And then there is this cut-off part here where I cannot cross. So what you want to have here is leap slam, or you know, oh, okay, I'm gonna go around because this is the actual entrance. Okay, this is the tell in the second part. Then you do the boss. After you kill the boss, you loot the boss, and you go into the middle. You summon Alva. Okay, so you loot the boss, you summon Alva. I put down a portal, and the tell or the moment you can leave the zone is the exact moment Alva says, "Wait." Okay, that's your word. So I put a portal down and I wait for her to say, wait. And then I go, look and listen.
I can make out symbols for blood and offering. Wait, no.
You see? Wait, no. This is... And I waste a few seconds. But the moment she says, wait, no. This is the moment you can leave. And then you can... by leaving early, you can skip the animation of how the platform goes up. You enter the town and the portal already opens, the platform already went up, and then you can go through Utsal again. And you have Utsal, which is the exact same layout like John City. So what we are doing is southeast, follow main way, southeast, follow main way. And here you have to cross this bridge as well, by the way, at some point. Southeast, follow the main way, and you will find Viper. And after Viper, you will also do southeast, follow the main way. Let me show you real quick. Southeast, follow the main way. Again, in Utsal. This is how you read the zone. Southeast, follow the main way. Southeast, follow the main way. And we found the next zone. And then in here, what you want to do in Agoret is you want to find this part of the zone. So it's also fine to do dead ends. The first tell of the zone is here. Wait, no, this is also a dead end, I think. Yeah. Wait, it's this part of the map. So you see how this has like a small pyramid in here, right? There is one other pyramid, either like right or left of it. It is left because I explored right and I know it's not there. And at the second part, at this second pyramid thing, you already hear him talking, Atziri, Atziri. You know what I mean? And then you follow the voice. You can hear the voice, like, you can hear it on your headphones. Maybe I can show you even that you can hear where the voice is coming from in the zone, and then you follow there. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that it was left. And then I know I have to go there. And what you have to do in this zone then is you go to the voice. You can obviously kill these guys. This is a speedrun. You should kill people on the way in Act 3 and not skip everything. You take this checkpoint. And now, if you are here, the sacrificial heart offering is always up here. And the like to the right-ish. And the black chambers for Doriani is always like straight from here. Or maybe a little bit left. Okay. We are going back here. So we talked about these things. What I missed out. The Apex of Filth has these free mushrooms and there is a random NPC. If you give the free mushrooms to the random NPC, you get level 40 flasks and you get a new vendor window where it's selling wands and stuff like that. I already explained all of that. Then the very important thing I did not say though, in Utsal and in Agoret, in both these zones, you want to kill... Let me show you, actually. You want to kill these guys. You see the big one? This is the Val Goliath. These guys drop the sacrificial heart. So just like the hyenas drop the relic, the snakes drop the relic, these guys drop the sacrificial hearts. Okay, these are the important guys to kill for the quest item. Okay? And then I think we are done. Black Chambers, last zone. Black Chambers is a pretty easy tell. You enter the zone, and it points into a certain direction, right? And what you want to do is at the beginning, you want to hug the left wall a little bit. You want to hug the left wall. You see how I go left, right? A little bit left, a little bit left. And now you want to go straight into the direction the beginning of the zone told you to go to, basically. Cross the bridges, and then like straight go into the direction the beginning of the zone pointed to, and tend, if you cannot go straight, to go right. This is all you need to know about black chambers. And aim for the ladders. You see how it's basically, again, the same direction it pointed to at the beginning. Yeah, the beginning of the zone. And I think we are finally kind of through, right? My voice is actually hurting. One last thing I want to add is, in Cruel, there's one more very good reset, and that is in the Red Veil, the obelisk, the first obelisk. You can just reset the first obelisk and not kill the last guy in there, and that's very, very good reset XPs. Okay, guys, you made it. This might have taken you guys 1 hour or something to watch, but it will save you guys a lot of time, and it's not this theoretical layout stuff, and we actually have everything included. So make a plan. I hope you guys are having fun in 0.2 or maybe later, because for Act 1 to 3 this will always be relevant probably. If they add Act 4 to 6, obviously that is missing out, but until then, have a good one, and thanks very much for watching to whoever watched until the very end. And I hope I save you guys more than this 1 hour that I took from you by doing this video.